Some people might be asking themselves, why am I talking about relationships? If I could be talking about topics that would make people more aware, topics that will make people think, topics that will make people question existence, what is life, what is consciousness? I mean, these are really important questions. And as sentient beings, these are the questions that you should be asking yourselves, right? So why am I talking about relationships? I'm not reading anything. This is just a mirror. Sometimes I watch my videos and realize that I had something on my lip and be like, how did I miss that? I don't want it to look like, I don't take good care of myself. What a lot of people do not realize is that life is relationships. You were born because two people were in a relationship. Once you were born, you started to have relationship with the people that were in your life. You had a relationship with your mom, you had a relationship with your dad, you had a relationship with your grandparents, you had a relationship with your sibling. You know what I mean? Life is relationships. When you go out, whether you realize this or not, the people that you see, whether you interact with them or not, you have some form of relationship with them. You do communicate with them without even realizing that you're communicating with them. Your neighbor's dog, it knows you. When it sees you, it barks. And you think, it thinks I'm a threat. Maybe it knows you. And every time when it sees you, it feels like it must do that. It likes how you react. There are people that you avoid when you see them in the street. You have some form of relationship with them. It might not be a good relationship. It might not be the kind of relationship that you prefer, but you do have some form of relationship with them. Even if you're a loner, you can't avoid relationship. Life is relationships. And if relationships are not what they seem, if relationships suck, if relationships are dead, if people are manipulative, if people lie in relationships, if people hide their true intentions in a relationship, if people can't communicate in relationships, if people are selfish, if people don't understand one another, that means that relationships are not going to work. Imagine as a kid, you have parents who don't understand you. I often tell people this, that every person that exists in this realm can be understood. If you want to believe that love exists, then love is understanding. It's you being able to understand another person. That's love. What most humans call love is feeling good around some people, and they call it love. You go and watch Kendrick Lamar live and you feel good. I love Kendrick Lamar. No, you don't love Kendrick Lamar. You love how you feel when you're around Kendrick Lamar. So you can't say you love Kendrick Lamar. You see what I mean? Love is understanding. You can understand people that are hated by society. You can understand Pav. That's love. You can understand Hitler. That's love. You being able to understand someone, that's love. So let's say you're being raised by parents. They don't understand you. You're too different. They don't understand you. They don't know how to raise you. They don't know how to talk to you. They don't know what is best for you. So you suffer because of that. That ruins you psychologically. That can ruin you for life. You find that all your relationships suck because of how your parents treated you. They made you feel alone. They made you feel misunderstood. And now you feel like everyone won't understand you. And chances are no one will understand you because the people who were supposed to understand you didn't. The people who were supposed to understand you, who had to pay attention to everything that you do, didn't understand you. So, the whole world is not obligated to try to understand others. It's not like the world is focusing on understanding people. No, the world is focusing on functioning, basically. We don't understand one another as people. It sucks, but it's true. What we do is judge one another. And we're so good at that. Human beings are so good at judging one another. You see a person, you're like, what's wrong with this person? Know what's right about them. What's wrong with them? This person talks too much. This person thinks a lot. We tend to see negative qualities in people that we don't like. And we tend to see positive qualities in people that we like. It sucks. But yeah, life is relationships. So if relationships are not working, life won't work. Do you feel like relationships are working? Do you feel like the way that people are communicating with one another, the way that people are interacting with one another, the way that people are doing things with one another, doing things for one another, do you think that is healthy? Do you think that relationships are healthy? Or we want to believe that relationships are healthy? When you look at the way that your parents raised you, do you feel like that was good? Like you were raised right? Like, yeah, my parents, they did a good job. Yes, sometimes you can say your parents did a good job because you're successful in life, but success doesn't mean that you were raised right. I mean, look at Eminem. His mother was toxic his mother was toxic. But he still managed to succeed. R. Kelly's mother was toxic, but he still managed to succeed. A lot of people who didn't have good relationships with their parents, even if your parents were there, but they didn't treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, they're going to be ruined for life, even if they're going to be lucky in life. You look at someone like he was lucky. Maybe him being treated the way that he was treated by his mother, that's what led to him working hard in music and actually becoming successful. But that doesn't mean that he'll be okay, right? Like, some things just ruin you for life. That's why I'm telling you that life is relationships. It matters how people treat you, how people see you, how people interact with you. What I've realized is that most relationships are not working, but sometimes we choose to pretend as if they are. You find that there's serious problems. A parent is not raising their child right, but we pretend as if the child is being raised right. We are so good at pretending as if everything is okay, even when nothing is okay. We are so good at pretending as if everything is okay. It sucks. It sucks, man. It sucks. Most parents suck. I'm not going to lie to you. I do not have a child. I am not going to have a child. I've seen how a lot of people raise their children, and I can tell you a lot of parents suck. Like, a lot of parents don't know what they're doing. To even decide to have a kid, I think you have to be so intelligent that you are able to understand other people. Can you imagine if I'm this person who understands no one? I'm very judgmental. I don't listen when other people talk. I don't give myself a chance to understand other people's perspective, to understand where other people are coming from. Because sometimes it's not about being right. Sometimes it's about understanding where another person is coming from. Like, you're wrong, but I get where you're wrong. That is understanding. You've been misled. You were lied to. You were abused. That's why you behave the way that you're behaving. You see a dog that's very aggressive. Maybe it grew up in an environment where it had to be aggressive. You meet a person that's very aggressive, maybe they grew up in an environment that made them aggressive. So here you are, you decide that you're going to have a kid. You don't even understand people. What do you think is going to happen? No wonder why many people are broken. Relationships are not working, bruh. Almost every person you talk to have a problem with their parent. They'll tell you if they trust you. You're like, I thought you have a good relationship with your parents. Like, what's going on? Like, nope. My mom is very controlling. My mom wants to choose who I get to marry. My mom wants to choose my career. My dad wants to choose, you know what I mean? My dad doesn't allow me to be me. My dad doesn't accept me as I am. Yeah, my dad mistreated me when I was growing up. Now he wants to be in my life, now that I'm successful. I am where I am because of how my parents raised me, and they don't want to take accountability. My life sucks because of how they raised me, and they don't want to take accountability. They think they were perfect. Like they gave me the world. like they gave me, a gift of life. So because they gave me what they called a gift, everything should have worked out. They shouldn't have been great parents. Doesn't matter. Them bringing me here, that was enough. Life is relationships. Your friends, the people you meet when you go to grade R, grow up with them. How they treat you matters. How they look at you matters. That's going to shape how you view reality. If they treat you like you're trash, you're probably going to think you're trash. If they treat you like you're a king, you're probably going to feel like you're a king. If they treat you like you deserve the world, you're probably going to feel like you deserve the world. Life is relationships. The people in your community, how did they treat you? The people that you attend church with, how do they treat you? How do they view you? Your Facebook friends, Instagram friends. Life is relationships. The real problem is relationships are trash. That is why a lot of people are broken. When someone tells you that they are broken, when someone tells you that their life sucks, they're not really saying what you think they're saying. You think that they're talking about money. I don't have money. No, no, no. They want to have money because they think that things will work out for them, because they want their relationship to work. Really, life is relationships, bro. Like, you could be broke. Like, do you understand that my life would be 100 times better if I had no money, but I had great friends. I had great parents. I had great siblings. I had great community. I had great everything when it comes to relationship. You find that your friends are treating you so well. You have nothing, but they're fair to you. They love you. They're communicating with you. You know they love you. Do you know that a lot of people do not feel loved, and they're not wrong? I was having a conversation with someone actually last week. There's this guy from UK. Has like, have you realized that when you say things that are negative, people say you're wrong even when you're right? Like, you could say no one loves you and you find that is actually true, but people are going to be like, no, you're wrong. But you find that it is actually the truth. Like, it sucks. And that doesn't mean that you must destroy yourself. It doesn't mean that you must hate yourself. It doesn't mean that you must take yourself for granted. But, I mean, people are mean, bruh. In this realm that we live in, people are mean. A lot of people can sense when people don't like them. The problem is that you're not supposed to acknowledge the negative truth because you seem weak. It's like you're supposed to pretend as if everything is okay. And that is why we don't see the truth about one another as people. You're like, okay, if I feel like you don't love me, it means that there's something wrong with me. I must feel like you love me. You know what I mean? You create your own reality. So if you feel like people don't love you, it means you must work on believing that they do love you, and then you're going to change that perspective. Like, no. We must try to figure out why people lie a lot to one another, why people are manipulative, why people are not treating one another well, why people don't understand one another. If we can fix the issues that people have in their relationships, we have won. If we can teach parents how to raise their children, we have won. But is it possible? If we can tell people the truth about relationships and they see this truth and try to operate on the level of truth, we probably won. But can we? Can we understand the truth about love? Can we understand the truth about marriage? Can we understand the truth about having children? Something as simple as having children is not even understood. When I started this channel, I was talking about antinatalism. Antinatalism is a philosophy that assigns a negative value to birth. So what an antinatalist will tell you is that, hey, every person who was brought here without their consent. As a human, that's how I'm supposed to see things, because, well, that's how it looks in my direct experience, that kids are being born without their consent. That is what is true. So an internatalist is saying, okay, look, because that is what is true, I am not going to have kids, because this world that we're bringing people into is full of suffering. So if I'm bringing someone here who have not agreed that they want to be here and there's so much suffering, that means I'm responsible. It's about be like, oh, you're wrong, you're sick, you'll be like, what the hell? Like, what? What's so hard to understand about that? So you can see that we can't even understand one another, even on things that are just obvious, things that are just beyond obvious. You're like, this is the truth, bruh. Like, what's there to disagree with? But like, I've never seen a group of people who are so evil, who don't want humanity to exist, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not even about that. It's just about what is true. It's something that is straightforward. So to be able to make life better, we should make relationships work. And to make relationships work, we must be as honest as possible with ourselves. I must be honest with myself about what it means to have a child, so that when I'm raising that child, I'm not lying to that child. I'm not even lying to myself. I understand that I brought this child without their consent. If this child is not perfect, I still have to try. I must overcompensate. You know what I mean? Like, I mustn't be like, you gotta be perfect. Figure out a way to be perfect. This one will love you. No. I must love you if you are my child, even if you're not perfect, because I'm the one who brought you here. I'm responsible for your existence, 100%. That is what is true. So I must make sure that I treat you well and try my best to fix you if I feel like you're broken. That's my job. Because why did I bring you here? Like, what was the point? So that you can suffer? Because if I don't treat you well, chances are your life is going to suck. You're going to look at me and hate me. I think last week it was Father's Day. You know what happens? In South Africa, I don't know if it happens in other countries. Like, on Facebook, women be posting their baby daddies and saying, like, the most messed up things about them. People be posting their fathers, saying the most messed up things about them. There are a lot of people who have been hurt by their parents who just won't tell you. Life is relationship. You find that the pain that your parents caused you never goes away, no matter how much money you make. Remember when J. Cole said, I love you little niggas. I'm glad that you came. I hope that you scrape every dollar you came. You know what I mean? Like, but I hope you know that money won't erase the pain. He was right. You think money will erase the pain? No, it won't. We've had a lot of artists talk about how their parents mistreated them, and you see still that they're still in pain. We've had Eminem rap about his mother. You know how long it took him to forgive his mother? I'm not even sure if he forgave his mother. I mean, his mother posted a video like 4 years ago wishing him a happy birthday online. She was asking for forgiveness for how she treated him. So you see, they don't even have a relationship. He's successful. He's the best rapper alive. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows him. He's as rich as they come. Like, that's it. Like, that's where everyone wants to be. You want to be at the top. But dude is still not happy. Dude is still broken because of how his mother treated him. You see, life is relationships. I've had a song from Jonah Lucas. It's one of my favorite Jonah Lucas album. What is the name of that album? She said I forgot the name of the album, but it was talking about his dad. He's successful. He's a successful rapper. He's doing well. He's dope. But you could see that he's still bitter because of how his father treated him. You understand? Life is relationships. We have never been taught how to treat one another as people. We suck when it comes to relationships. So you know what is happening now? We get into romantic relationships hoping that the people that we get into relationship with are going to fix us. We are broken. We are not okay. Like, we're broken, bruh. But we hope that they can fix us, like they can make us better. But no one can, no matter how much they love us, because we're already broken. We're trying to get what we're supposed to get from our parents, from our partners. We're trying to get what we're supposed to get from our friends, from our partners, from society itself. The society is trash. You know what I mean? Because the way we're treating each other, I'm telling you, this is not good, bruh. Strangers, the way strangers treat you isn't good. Do you know why people are afraid to talk to strangers? It's because we suck. But like, hey, you want to maybe have a conversation with someone and they just, treat you like shit, and they feel good about it. We suck. So people are afraid to socialize. You think people just suffer from anxiety? Do you think people would just suffer from anxiety like that? I'm afraid of people. No, they have a reason to be afraid of people. It's just that some of us are just too damn resilient. Some of us are just desensitized. Some of us just ignore some things. We'll be like, you know what? I know people suck, but what can I do, man? I'm here. I'm in this realm. Let me just try to see what I can get out of it. Doesn't mean that people are okay. It doesn't mean that people really, deep down, they feel like relationships are working. People know relationships are not working. Like, if you were to sit down with people who are in relationships and really ask them what's going on in that relationships, they will tell you. People are usually happy in romantic relationships in the beginning, but after some time, they'll have pissed each other off so many times that they hate each other. We are not getting it right. And the problem, the real problem, is that human beings do not understand one another. And I told you all that if love actually did exist, it would be understanding. If we understood one another, we'll be able to love one another. We don't even understand one another. We're all confused. You date a person and they act a certain way and you don't even understand. You don't understand where they're coming from, why they're the way that they are. There's this guy, his name is Alostro. He's very famous. He lives in the street. So in 2020, during COVID, homeless people, were not given what they needed to protect themselves. So news reporters decided to interview them. So when they were interviewing some of them, this other guy that we call Lostro, he showed up, stood at the back when they were interviewing this guy who was making sense. And then Olostro also, wanted to say something. So he said, yeah, his name is not Olostro, but he said, yeah, and the problem is Olostro. Some of the people here have Olostro, and everyone was mad at him, and the video trended. That video was funny as hell. The reason why he said the problem is Alostro. Alostro is like when you're addicted to drugs and you don't get these drugs. There's a street slang of the feeling that you get. It's called Alostro, right? Like you don't get these drugs that you want. So he exposed all of them. The real problem here is Alostro. So they called him Alostro, and so this guy is a DJ. He decided to take them off the street, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna take you to rehab. I post everything on social media. You know how we are as people. I'm not gonna judge. It's all good. At least he was trying to do something positive. But he posted everything on social media. People praised him for what he was doing, for trying to make good change in the community. But Olostro went back to the street. So he made a video like 3 days back saying that he was very disappointed, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, the real problem is understanding. I'm not saying he shouldn't feel the way that he feels, but does he truly understand Olostro? Because he's disappointed. Him even being disappointed it shows that he doesn't understand Alostro. If he did understand Alostro, if he saw the world from Alostro's eyes, he probably wouldn't be disappointed. He'll be like, I understand, but still I want this person to change. I want this person's life to be better. I don't wanna see him in the street. Or I don't wanna fail in front of the whole country, because I'm trying to make a positive change. So I don't want the whole country to look at me and be like, you failed. Do we really understand one another as people? How do we treat each other? In our friendships? A lot of people who are realists, like people who are just real, bruh, they don't even want to have friends. But like, I'm better off alone. I don't want friends because they know how friends are. They know people gossip, bruh. The people that you trust, the people that you know what I mean? Like when you have a problem, you want to talk to these people. They gossip. They don't care. You see, it's like some people are in your life so that they can monitor your life. That's it. They don't even want you to win. They're happy when things are not working out for you, but you are their friends. You know a lot about them, and you can hang out together. It has worked out before, so that's it. But the relationship itself is not working. You're not building each other. It sucks. That is why a lot of people don't feel like they're loved. It's because they're not. How many friends are true to one another, bruh? How many friends do not gossip about one another? How many friends really want what's best for one another? It's rare. Like people just love how they feel around other people. That's it. It's not that they love those people. They just love how they feel around them. You find that they are competing with them, but they love how they feel around them. So they just feel like, they'll be like, oh, this is my friend. Like people don't even understand themselves. How can you even understand other people if you don't even understand yourself? It sucks. We do not even understand ourselves. We are operating at a very low level of consciousness. And it's all by design, bro. Like we were taught nonsense in this society. We were taught nonsense, like real nonsense. We never got a chance to actually grow and learn and see things as they are. That is why people like me, because when I was growing up, even though I did follow some rules, but I was a rule breaker from the beginning. I was stubborn from the beginning. That is why I'm different. And people who are different tend to see life differently. And it's not because they're different, but it's because they didn't conform. Because everyone is different. See, if we all don't conform, we probably will see things the same way. But the problem is that we conform and we're not being taught the same things. You see the problem? So we don't end up seeing the truth. So how was this going to work? How is society going to work? Now people are unhappy and we'll blame them. To be happy, you need to find a hobby, blah, 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 blah. Nah, man. Relationships have to work because life is relationships. That's when people will be happy. You'll be happy if your parents understood you. You'll be happy if your parents knew how to treat you. You'll be happy if your friends knew how to treat you. You'll be happy if your partner knew how to treat you. Because life is relationships. You'll be happy if the world was treating you the way that you want to be treated. If the world was not bullying you, Some people are afraid to go outside because they're being bullied by society and want to pretend as if we're good. We suck. Some people are afraid to go out because when they're outside, they feel more alone than when they're inside. You're in your room and you just feel, you feel less alone. You are alone, but you feel less alone than you'd feel if you were surrounded by people, because a lot of people don't like you. A lot of people are just pretending. We are not doing a great job as a collective when it comes to relationships. And because of that, our whole human experience sucks. I mean, what do you expect? Human beings don't understand one another. Human beings are manipulating one another, showing people what they believe they want to see. Like, no one is genuine anymore. I say that no one is genuine anymore as if there's been time in history where people were genuine. We must admit it, we're not operating on a level of truth as a collective. We're actually operating on a level of lies. You see, this world is built on lies. So what do we expect? We can't expect relationships to work if relationships are built on lies. If everyone is just showing everyone what they believe everyone wants to see, what do we expect? When you have conversations with people, you can tell that something is missing. You can tell that there's something that they're hiding from everyone. I don't know if you're able to tell, but I can. If I'm interacting with a person and they're hiding a lot, I can tell very easily. But what I've realized is that everyone is hiding something. Everyone is afraid. It's like we are so messed up as humans that we have to protect ourselves by not being humans. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Is what I just said is so deep. Like, human beings are actually messed up. So what we are doing is playing as if we're not. I was telling someone about Christianity the other day. I was like, Christianity really is just about pretending as if you're not as bad as you are. That's it. That's what the whole thing is about. You know? Because when you go to church, you pretend as if you're a saint. You pretend as if you don't have sex. You don't fantasize, but it ought to be like you just this perfect angel. You'd see a pastor and you'd be like, does he even get an erection? You see the wife of a pastor and you'd be like, does she scream during sex? Like, does she... Like, it's all about pretending to be perfect. I'm not saying having sex is a sign that you're not perfect. I mean, I don't have a problem with that, as long as you're not hating anyone. I love sex too, so I got nothing against that at all. But it's about pretending to be holy. It's about pretending to be pure. It's about pretending to be perfect, to be in control, I guess. Like, I can control myself. I can make myself feel only what I want to make myself feel and all this. It's like, nah, it's all fake. People are fake. That's what sucks. So how can we build a society that's actually good if everything is a lie? It means that those who are real are going to suffer because everything is a lie. They're going to feel like everything is upside down because, well, everything is upside down. We are awful and we don't want to admit it. When people admit that they're awful, they're judged. When they tell you you're awful, you judge them. You hate them. Ever realize that the people that you've actually lost in your life are the people that you have told one way or another that they actually suck? And once a person knows that, like if you're gonna tell a person the truth about themselves, they're gonna hate you forever, bro. I'm telling you, if you're in a relationship with someone and you actually want to lose them, you want them to hate you forever, tell them the truth. That person will never talk to you again. That's it. It's over for real. Especially if you're a man. I think some men can handle the truth, but a lot of women can't. So if you want to lose your woman, just tell her the truth, bruh. Just tell her the real truth, and she will never, ever love you again. Ever. And that's how it is in this world. So people keep things to themselves. They'll be like, okay, I have options here. I could just be real and lose everyone, or be fake and be loved by everyone. But even that love that I can get from everyone, it's not even real, but maybe it's good enough. So let me be fake. Because if I lose everyone, then I'm not even going to play the game. I'll just be a loner. And I don't want that. You see the problem? Life is relationships. As humans, we're programmed to seek companionship. You don't want to be alone as a human. I've made a video where I spoke about who God might be. And I said, what if God is alone in the universe and he decided to dream up a world where there's other, so that he doesn't feel so alone? Huh? The same way that when you're sleeping, you have dreams and there's other people, but you're sleeping alone. So that shows you that humans want companionship. You don't want to be alone, bruh. You do not want to be alone. Oh, you might think, oh, I want to be alone. No, you only want to be alone because people suck. So yes, if you want to be alone, it's not really because you want to be alone. You would have preferred not being alone. The problem is that people suck. So you're like, well, I'm better off alone, and you are. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say you're not. You are better off alone because a lot of people that you know actually suck. But the truth is, you would prefer to not be alone if people didn't suck. But we're not doing this relationship thing well as a society. But we have no idea what we're doing. That is why everyone is complaining about romantic relationships on social media. If a girl says this, it means this, it means that. If a guy does this, it means that. You know, if you want someone to love you, just pretend as if you don't love them. Yeah, that's because we suck. If a girl sees that you really love her, she's gonna be turned off. Yeah, because that's true. you might think it's not, it is true, but that's because we suck. Like that's a sign that we actually suck. You must just pretend to not care to be loved. No. That tells you that we suck. And that might actually be telling you that you shouldn't even take love seriously. Besides, people only seem to love you when you're doing great, when things are working out for you. Why? Because no one actually loves you. They love how they feel around you. So if you're doing well, they're going to feel good around you. So they will say they love you, but really they love how they feel when they're around you. Isn't that the truth? The truth is wicked, bruh. We are afraid of the truth because the truth is wicked. But it is still the truth. No, there are a lot of things that we don't want to be true, but that are true. Everyone who's broken is broken because of relationships, bro. Everyone knows how human beings should be treated. If you're not treating a person well, they will know that they're not being treated well. They will know. Everyone wants to be treated well. Everyone wants you to be fair to them. No one wants to be stolen from. No one wants to be gossiped about. No one wants to be misunderstood. No one wants to be excluded, being treated like an outcast. No one wants that. No one wants to be discriminated against. No one wants that. Everyone wants to be accepted. We're all born here without our consent. We don't know what the heck this is. So we don't expect to be mistreated in a world that we didn't even ask to be brought into. You see, we want to be loved. We want to be accepted. We don't want to be bullied. It's hard to heal from childhood trauma. And let me tell you why it's hard. It's because children are real. You see, children, the reason why children are mean is because we are mean. But then as you get older, you learn how to live in society and you consider yourself a grown up. But really, you have not changed. You feel the way that you used to feel as a kid. You've just only learned to live in society, and only because you need to pretend as if you've learned how to live in society, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be able to survive. And this brings me to your next point. You see someone like Trump. Trump can be rude. He can say whatever and get away with anything. Why? He's rich. He doesn't need anyone. He doesn't need to be nice. This reminds me of this scene from Rick and Morty. He said something like, I don't believe in being nice because being nice is something that people do to hedge their backs or something like that. I don't really remember what he really said, but it's like, if you don't have to be nice, you probably won't be nice. I have to repeat what I've just said. If you don't have to be nice, you probably won't be nice. You see? That's one of the reasons why people hate nice nice guys, right? It's like, you're nice. They like assume that, okay, you're nice because you're overcompensating. It's like, now you have to be nice, so that's why you're nice. That's why the most attractive people in the world are mean, bro. Like, if there are people that are mean, people are super attractive. Have you not realized that? When it comes to dating, people who are very attractive, people that can be with anyone, they are mean as they come. Those girls, that supermodel looking chicks, they be mean as they come, bruh. Even when it comes to relations, they're mean. They were mean, especially when they were younger. You see, maybe they changed when they got older because they realized that maybe society will judge them if they're mean, right? So they're like, okay, now we have to pretend to be good. You know, someone who becomes like a Miss South Africa or a Miss America, you know, they have to be helping. You know what I'm saying? Like, society is so fake that it sucks. So they have to be pretending to be helping everyone, right? So they have to be nice. But you find that that's not how they are. Like, the most attractive people in the world are mean. People who have not suffered in the world are mean. It sucks. It all sucks. But we don't want to admit that it sucks. Why? Because if we admitted that it sucks, we wouldn't even want to have kids. We wouldn't even, like, I don't know how this world will be if we all acknowledge the truth, right? So that's why there's no intellectual honesty. That's why everyone is pretending. You can blame people for pretending. I mean, why not? We do like to blame. We do like to blame one another, right? So why not? But we got everything wrong. To understand life, you need to think at the highest level. Truth always wins, but we are afraid of it. How many people are we honest with? Are you honest with your parents? Are you honest with your siblings? Are you honest with the person that you are in love with, you're in a relationship with? Are you honest? Why are you not honest? Are you not honest because you love them, or you're afraid of losing them? You're afraid of like how they will look at you if they really saw the truth about you? You know, we lie. Do you understand why this whole experience sucks? It sucks because we are all trying to make it better than it is by lying. Because we realize that the truth is wicked. So we would rather hate those who speak the truth than to acknowledge the truth and ask ourselves, what should we do? Thank you guys for watching until the end. Like the video, comment, tell me what you think about the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys.